Diplomatic showpiece in Anchorage. Trump and Putin meet, but peace remains out of reach. Anchorage, Alaska, August 15, 2025. In a highly publicized summit, U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin met face-to-face at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson. It was Putin's first visit to U.S. soil since 2015 and the first summit between the two leaders since Trump's re-election. No ceasefire, but emphasis on peace talks. Despite Trump's pre-summit vow that he wouldn't leave without a ceasefire, the meeting concluded with no formal agreement or ceasefire announced. Instead, Trump and Putin aligned on the idea of bypassing a temporary ceasefire in favor of negotiating a comprehensive peace agreement, a shift away from the approach favored by Ukraine and many European allies. Trump told Ukrainian President Zelensky to make a deal, signaling that the onus for ending the war may now lie with Kyiv. Moscow celebrates, Washington criticizes. In Russia, the summit was seen as a victory for Putin, a global rehabilitation of sorts, showcased through warm protocol and media praise. Moscow's leadership and state media jubilantly highlighted the optics of red carpet treatment and an unyielding stance in negotiations. Meanwhile, critics in Washington slammed the meeting for its lack of substance. Concerns included Trump's cozy rapport with Putin and the absence of a clear strategy to hold Russia accountable. Even with bipartisan divides, there was agreement that the summit fell short. Global leaders react. Ukraine and Europe push back. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed conditional support for a trilateral summit involving the U.S., Ukraine, and Russia, so long as Ukraine's security is guaranteed and its sovereignty respected. Experts at the Atlantic Council warned that Putin remains deeply entrenched in maximalist war aims and that stopping the conflict will depend on sustained U.S. and allied support for Ukraine, both militarily and economically. Behind the scenes in Anchorage. Anchorage witnessed feverish activity, with hotels and rental cars in high demand as global interest and local anticipation surged. Local residents voiced mixed reactions, with many staging protests and displaying large Ukrainian flags and sunflowers in solidarity, frustrated by Ukraine's absence from talks. In Washington, even symbolic gestures drew attention. Trump arranged a B-2 bomber flyover, interpreted by some Republicans as a show of strength, while others viewed it as dramatic posturing. Summary table. Aspect. Details. Location and significance. Anchorage, Alaska. First U.S.-hosted president-to-president summit since 2007. Putin's first U.S. visit since 2015. Outcome. No ceasefire or agreement. Push toward full peace deal. Responsibility shifted toward Ukraine. Russia's reaction. Warmly received. Sees summit as diplomatic validation of Putin. Washington and global reception. Broad criticism for optics and lack of tangible results. GOP praises strategy. Democrats decry coziness. Local and global reactions. Anchorage protests in support of Ukraine. World leaders insisted on inclusion of Ukraine and security guarantees. This summit served as both spectacle and controversy, granting Putin a rare platform on American soil while leaving the core issue, ending the war in Ukraine, unresolved. As Trump plans bilateral engagement with Zelensky, the world watches to see whether this meeting becomes the catalyst for peace or merely a diplomatic performance.